The most challenging thing, I think, is sort of just like the typical imposter syndrome that a lot of people feel when they come here. Because initially there's like an amazement. You're meeting all these really talented people and everyone sort of wants to do the same thing. There's a lot of writers, directors, which is what I want to do. But then you feel kind of overcome because there's so many people who want to do this and they're all so talented, and you sort of start questioning yourself and whether you're good enough for it. But I think you can get past that if you just keep working hard and keep writing and creating or whatever it is you're interested in. I think every day on the BA you're collaborating with other students. I think it's more so on set that you get into like disagreements, or you come to challenges like, oh, how are we going to do this? We can't do it the way we plan to. But yeah, it's every time you're discussing with people, learning how to communicate, working with actors, you're learning something. Even if you're like failing, you're still learning. So it's like every day you collaborate, and it's more so, I think, sharing ideas and listening to projects people have worked on that's the most rewarding part of that. Keep experimenting with projects because it is the time to make mistakes. It's not like we're working professionally, although we are taught in a very professional way. So just have fun and just like do some crazy things. I think for my first film project, which were the 2-minute shorts that we did on film, I chose something that was sort of, I knew that I could do and that would work. But then after doing that, I was kind of disappointed that I didn't choose something more experimental, because you're given the room to do that. You can create whatever you want. So yeah, I suppose just push yourself out of your comfort zone. Also just like have a good sense of humour when you're on set. Because although obviously you have to be professional, it's those moments where like something goes wrong and you guys are laughing about it, or it's those things you remember and that you're going to joke about with your friends. So yeah, just have a good sense of humour and be friendly and chat to everyone. I think we're prepared really well for the industry as long as you're asking the right questions and you're not being shy or you're feeling, self-conscious about making mistakes. We're definitely thrown into the deep end, like you're immediately in like a professional setting and you're treated like an industry professional, which is hard when you're starting out, but it is really important experience that we're getting. I mean, if you were doing a less practical course, you'd be writing essays about this, but instead you're actually just working with equipment that you will in the industry, and you're sort of learning on the job. I know it's not a job, but you're learning in the studios here. So yeah, it's difficult at times, and you'll be questioning yourself and whether you can do it, because you might have a bad day here and then start questioning. But it's really good experience, and it's just, I feel like I could go into a set in the industry and I would know roughly what I'm doing. It's hard to pick one standout LFA experience, but probably the first film projects we did, because it was such a short amount of time and we were doing so many different projects, different genres, and you had to switch roles every day. So you could never fully relax because you were like, oh, what's next? Like, what do I have to prepare for tomorrow? But stuff went wrong, but some films turned out really well. And yeah, it was definitely worth it, all the hard work.